Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast for Space and Time Magazine, issue 130, 153?
Yes.
153, 168, all those numbers.
So many numbers.
So many numbers.
When you get up to 153, when you get in the 150s, I think it's easy to start.
It's definitely after the 150s, I've noticed.
Yeah, and we're working on 154. You guys are going to get your contracts probably today. And yeah, so anyways, lots of chaos.
Anyway, my name is Ryan Aussie Smith. This is Angela Yuriko Smith, and we are going to have a quick chat today about some of the stories and poetry that we have coming up in the next issue. What is it? Sharpen your weapons?
Sharpen your tools. Yeah, which could be used as weapons.
Yeah, I kind of think most tools are weapons. That's the thing.
Yeah, most tools are just annoying people, but this issue we are talking about actual tools.
Excellent. So, let me get this up on the side so we can look at the live chat for anybody that wants to chat to us whilst we're having a conversation. Are there any updates that we should get into prior to talking about?
Yes, I'm very excited. This issue is going to be a different issue from what we've normally been doing. We started in April where we started doing monthly, and so it's been evolving a little bit. This issue is put together as a narrative journey through the TOC. So usually the stories go in kind of like the one we like really best that encompasses the theme is the first one, and then we try to do like an anchor, which generally is more humorous to leave everybody on a light note. But this issue, if you read from the first poem, because it's going to start with a poem this time, all the way to the end, you're going to get a narrative journey of transformation having to do with sharpening tools.
Okay, and what is the basis of that? Why did you decide that you wanted that to be the magazine now?
Because it was a new challenge.
You said that you read...
and I thought it would... Oh, yeah. So...
That's where I'm leading you to.
Oh, sorry.
And hello, Gordon.
Yeah, I was reading Lisa Cron's book, Story or Die, which talks about how we can... give people transformation by the way we're presenting information. So basically, if somebody has a belief that is not a helpful belief, we've all seen this cognitive dissonance. How can you believe this thing? In current events, we'll say. And so what Lisa Cron says is there is a neurological markers in our brains, I guess that's why we call it neurological, that react to information in different ways. So if we throw facts at somebody, it's not going to change their mind, but if we give them story, then we build bridges of empathy, and then that shared empathy can turn into a conversation, which can help change somebody's mind and brighten the world. We're not here to change people's minds. We just want to share stories that change the world for the better.
And generally, it would be inputting this kind of transformative step-by-step structure on a story, but you thought, we're going to try it out with the magazine.
On a table of contents.
If the magazine is a bunch of short stories and poetry, can that not be a transformative story throughout the whole thing?
Yeah.
Hitting certain neurological markers, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I have a feeling that it worked pretty well.
It did. I'm so excited the way it came out. And because we're always working in the future, these stories were picked in the traditional manner of basically how well is it written, of course, how well does it connect to the theme? Do we like it? Also, do we have too much horror? Do we have too much fantasy? What is the balance? The next issue, the submissions that we just closed, the ones that you guys are getting your contracts for, not the current submissions. See, this is why we get confused about what issue we're on.
So much future and past stuff going on.
Not the current issue, which I believe is for October.
Yeah.
But the September submissions, those stories were actually picked for that narrative journey.
Yeah, and the only reason that we can do that is because we have so many great stories coming in. So you guys are providing us with a plethora of really, really amazing stories, because you can't make it work if you're not the one creating it. But when we've got 30 plus stories that we're annoyed that we can't put in there, that gives you a lot of flexibility for creating a truly awesome thing. So
Yeah.
when you guys are reading the magazine from start to finish, just know that don't skip around. Go from start to finish. Like, really read it like that, because it is designed neurologically to give you a very satisfying process.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I like about choosing this, is because we do have like typically 30 amazing stories it's agonizing to say no to. But, and also then when you do say no, people think, oh, I didn't do it, it's not good enough. It's me, or my story.
Yeah.
But this way, we actually said no to some stories that loved, but they didn't fit that narrative path. So
Yeah.
it just makes a nice, more democratic way to accept and deny stories.
Yes and no. It's like, I mean, stories are perception as well. What you perceive as being better than another story, or it's there's always going to be a balance. You can't have too many vampire stories in the non-vampire issue.
Is that true? This is a whole
Sparkly
discussion.
vampires
Okay.
and not, yeah. But you want to have a balance in there anyway. So we were already doing this, but now there's extra levels, and it also goes the other way as well, right? So every story that we reject is a story that we accept because of the process. So some people are picked because of that process as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't detract from the people that were rejected or the people that were accepted.
Oh yeah.
They're on par because they met all of those standards. But then, we're creating a overall masterpiece. So that's,
Yes, I'm going to say this is definitely a masterpiece issue. I'm so excited. We also implemented a few new things this issue. Like the QR codes to connect to people's tip jars. So you can directly connect to the authors of these stories, the ones that opted in for that.
Yeah.
Not all of them did tip jars, though. Some of them just wanted to connect with their websites and stuff. So,
which is why we put that in there, and that's still going to be kind of processing and ironing out the kinks and stuff like that. In that respect, we can actually go and have a look at the first story or poetry.
And I do have a show and tell, though, real quick.
Okay.
As of 5 minutes ago, the cover art got released.
Did you send it through to me?
I did not. I was just gonna. Oh, it should be in our shared photos, but because it literally was 5 minutes ago.
Can you just share it through to my WhatsApp and then I can grab it up?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, because
it's on email?
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
That's fine. Well, you can just email it to me. That will work, but we have the what is it? The front cover
art.
You said?
Yeah.
So I'll talk about this while you're doing that. So as of right now, we are trying to promote our authors and our contributors even more so than we have in the past. At the top of every single story and every single poetry, you will see a QR code. If you scan that QR code, we have probably, as of right now, 50% will go through to like PayPal links specifically created by the authors, and 50% will go to their websites and or other situations,
whatever they chose to connect with.
But we wanted to do this because we can only pay so much as a magazine. We've got to keep the lights on, we've got to keep things running. But if something really, really, really speaks to you and you love it and you like poetry, it's like, oh man, this made my day, this made my year, then you can reach out to the poet. You can perhaps, I don't know, come to my 50th birthday party and read a poem or something, like little things like that, or just throw some money their way so then we can keep poetry and stories and things like that alive, because everybody needs money for food and stuff.
Yeah, we need that direct connection. And this does connect directly to them. All they're sharing is a link. We don't actually touch any of this, so please don't ask us to send anything.
Yeah, we check the links to make sure they're not malicious in any way initially, but most of it's just going to somebody's website or to their PayPal or something like that. So you can contribute, or you can go directly to them and show some love.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we finally got implemented this time. So I'm really excited to see how that works. Got really good feedback from all the authors and stuff. Yeah. So hopefully this will be good.
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome. All right, so what's the deal?
The other thing I did is I actually did a summary to make it easier on us to kind of give like an introduction to each of these pieces.
Okay.
Which is in the publisher's note. So you also have that. But yeah, so we have each one has a little summary now talking about it and how it connects to this narrative journey.
Okay, where's that on this?
Oh, it's not. I just gave you the. Okay. But yeah, I sent it to myself separately, so we can just look at it here.
And that's the contributors
yes.
thing here?
Oh, yeah, that is the contributors thing. I did send it to you.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so part of this is the issue actually comes out tomorrow. It's going to be on time. We're still waiting on 2 little things, one of which just came in. But I want to do like a little backstory on the art, the cover art. Back in May, I think, our cover artist got carpal tunnel syndrome. So it has been a struggle to get this done. And so now we're doing the whole balancing thing of we can't demand people, like, hey, why isn't this done? Deadlines, but also talk about how humans come first. Mm-hmm. So this is the cover art. We just got it literally 5 minutes before this show. So you're seeing it as early as we're seeing it just about. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we are on track to release tomorrow. I'm really excited.
Yep.
So, and this of course is The Hermit, and the series has been a tarot card inspired series. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, we can talk more about that later. I love it. I think it's beautiful.
All right.
Very happy.
Cool.
Nothing like being the day before hitting publish and not having cover art. Publishing is not boring.
All right. So do we want to talk about the poetry and the stories?
Let's get into this.
All right. So Paring Down by Kelly J. Cooper. What were your thoughts on this poem?
Oh, I love it, of course, because it's in here. I mean, I guess it is Linda. Linda D. Addison picks all the poetry.
Yep.
But this is why we work so well together, because I always love what she picks. Mm-hmm. So, and I do have this little opening thing. That's an ungraceful segue, but I'm going to read this.
Okay.
So Kelly J. Cooper opens with Paring Down, in which survival belongs not to those who swing harder, but those who maintain their blades. While the men hack, drink, and boast with neglected machetes, the women arrive silently with edges sharp enough to finish the work. Skill is not spectacle. Discipline often looks quiet from the outside.
Okay.
So that was my very fancy opening.
So you're actually putting that in the magazine now?
Yeah, that's actually what the publisher's note is.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of solved a problem for me, because it's really hard to think of really witty things to say. So I'm just going to talk about everybody else's stuff.
You didn't put through publisher's note to me.
Oh, okay. I did just keep that.
Yeah. You kept that to yourself.
I kept it to myself.
Because you're greedy.
Sorry. Yep. But I do have it here. I'll share it with you.
Excellent. Thank you. So what were your thoughts, though?
I really like it. Fancy. Yeah, just plain speak, I really like it. I thought it was funny because gender, it's like, men and women have different roles. Like, obviously, I'm not going to reach the stuff on the top shelf because, you're taller.
Yay, men.
But that's what I thought was kind of cool about it. It was a display or a conversation about those natural roles. But I am also I know a lot of meticulous guys, and I know a lot of women that also bludgeon. you know what I mean? I think I'm sometimes one of those bludgeoners, the loud bludgeoner.
No, fair enough. Or you like to think of yourself as being like that.
I am like that.
Yes,
very
absolutely.
Scary. But I really like it because she points out that it's not necessarily the loudness that accomplishes things. It's not the bravado, but the precise, quiet. A lot of times genius isn't so flashy. It's often very quiet and effective and surgical.
Right,
so
awesome.
That's what I got from that one.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now we're going to be talking about the masterpiece. Are we going to give the brief overview or the information about the poetry? It's going to take a lot longer if we do that.
Oh, every single thing. Yeah, we don't have to do that.
We can look into it. Some of these things are really long, so.
Oh, you're talking about the bios?
Yeah. Some of the bios are really, really long.
Yeah, the bios are at the back of the magazine, so you can go and look or connect through the QR code to your favorites.
Righty. So the masterpiece by Anuksha Dey. What were your thoughts on this?
Hilarious. I love this one. I'm not going to give away the ending because it's a bit of a punchline, but I thought it was very funny. He does such a descriptive, as this guy's creating the masterpiece or the inspiration, as he's accessing the inspiration to create the masterpiece, really great language. Like, I think we've all been there when you're in that kind of the flow state of furious creation. You're getting ready to, like, make it happen. And then that's the punchline that we're not going to reveal.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah,
what I
was very unexpected, the punchline, because I was like, the story by itself is good, and it's interesting, and definitely a very apt description of the flow state. And then you come back from something like that, and you're like, oh wait, everybody's not dead. Oh, I must have been imagining things. It's like, yeah, you were, dude. Like you were you were very much in your head.
Yeah.
And just like when you wake up from like a nightmare or something like that, and you're like, oh, thank goodness I'm not, I don't know, naked and have wings where my eyes should be, or I don't know, insert nightmare here. But very apt description of that. So really interesting. I just noticed performance has 2 dots.
Thank you. Catching typos live. That's the last thing I'm going to do tonight is go through and make sure there's no typos.
Yeah, because this is like, we still have to go through and edit it a little bit more on this.
Yeah, that's actually why I didn't send you this publisher's note, because I was still editing a few things.
Alrighty. So the masterpiece, Anuksha, is a non-binary Indian writer who believes magic exists in the most ordinary places. After 5 years of working in the corporate sector in advertising, Anuksha, is it Nuksh?
I would say yes, Nuksh.
Yeah, Anuksha is trying to explore their whimsical side by writing speculative fiction, poetry, and creative non-fiction. Anuksha is a neurodivergent, non-binary writer living in India. Okay, that's the same information. He believes, well, it shouldn't be they, if non-binary. Believes magic exists all around us, behind the veil of what we believe to be true. Anuksha tries to capture the magic in his work, like his work let him know on Instagram. And then, we've got the connection through the QR code.
Yeah. Yep. I don't edit the bios really, other than to italicize and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, great story. Get the punchline on that. It's definitely worth it.
Right. The Vision by, is that what we're doing?
Andrew Brenza.
Okay, from Andrew Brenza.
Yeah. I had to look up. Well, I suspected what they meant by baton, but I had to look it up, and so like I thought I knew, but I wanted to make sure that I knew.
Okay.
But it's like kind of referring to, and maybe I am wrong, but what I got out of it. It's like the wand of a magician, because like the rods in tarot, rods, wands, you could call it, batons is another name.
Okay.
So that's what I took at it as the metaphysical connection, like why you would go and see a baton, or you could say magician's wand, and want to use that, ask it all these questions. So, but then, it winds up being a snake. So
I like the last section of this. There's certain parts of this poem that I really like, but but rod became root, and root became snake, and snake slithered into the weeds and left my heart to quake. Yeah, I just like that last line, or the last stanza, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and really it summarizes up that whole realization of like, oh, look at the shiny coin. Oh, that's not a shiny coin, that's a drop of water. Oh, that drop of water is actually, I don't know, a slug, and now I don't want to touch it, and
there's a frog on a log at the bottom of the sea. Transformative type stuff. So really, really interesting poem.
I really liked it. So and a great treatment of the prompt.
Yes.
Or the theme.
The theme. Alrighty. Optimization problem by, you pronounce this because you have it.
Yeah, we actually asked. Xauri'EL Zwaan.
Xauri'EL Zwaan. Okay, perfect. So my thoughts on this, it grabbed me immediately with the dialogue. The dialogue of the main character of this grabbed me immediately, because I know people like that are always ignoring everything that you say and just talking over the top of you, and no, 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 no.
Yeah, super
And
self-assured.
yeah, very self-assured, very confident. And that's what I enjoyed about this. The dialogue was very, very good. The story unto itself is not super new. I mean, there's a lot of different iterations of this. I think it was done really, really well. But it was the dialogue and the way that it was the characters were portrayed that really really spoke to me in this story.
Yeah, it's a very classic idea. Something that we're kind of
we're heading towards.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a very 1984 warning. I guess it could be like a warning of like, if we're not careful, this is what could happen, and is actually happening in many cases.
Yep.
So, but yeah, definitely really good description, really good dialogue, I think, to put that together.
Yeah, and scary in its non-violent way.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've all been that recipient of somebody sitting here saying, you know, oh, no, your dreams are not valid.
Yeah.
You're going to do this. You'll be much happier. You know, don't be an artist. Don't be a writer.
Yeah.
Go do this other much more intelligent option. But then really, what is intelligence? To be miserable for an entire life, to do something you don't want to do, or be yourself. And maybe it's not worldly intelligent, like you're not going to make $1 million, but if you're doing something, I just was reading, if you're doing what you love, it was in that Engineer for Happy or something like that by that Google guy. I'll put the link in the description.
If you're going to quote something, at least know what the thing is.
I have that book because I'm reading that book.
It's a story about something with something, and here's the quote, but I'm going to butcher it.
Oh, Solve for Happy.
Solve for Happy.
Mo Goddard.
Goddard, yeah.
But yeah, something he points out is that Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 Hours, which a lot of people are familiar with. If you love doing something, you will hit that 10,000 hours and you will become an expert because you love doing it.
Yeah.
Where if you don't like accounting, which is one of the characters got told they were going to be an accountant, they are not going to spend that 10,000 hours. And so they're probably going to be a crappy accountant.
Yeah.
So kind of like, why aren't we doing what we want?
Yeah. But also you could argue that the character in the story, they didn't necessarily want a good accountant. They said that you will be happiest in this role because you like stability and monotony and all that sort of stuff. So it wasn't necessarily for efficiency, even though the overarching theme is the optimizer. It never really talked about, it was optimizing for happiness as opposed to optimizing for efficiency. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I really liked it. I really thought it's definitely a good heads up warning. Pretty chilling, I thought.
Yeah, that if we get an optimizer, we can all be happy. Yay!
Happy, we will be happy.
Exactly.
The overlord said.
So I think that's all of them, right?
Yeah, we could have buzzed through. Oh yeah, and then we have a new feature, the Missed Connections. Speculative Missed Connections. So as you go through the magazine tomorrow, you see we went really QR code happy.
Prior to that, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm just going to do a quick little... Oh, whoops. I didn't turn that off. It's been a bit of a weekend. So I just want to read Xauri'EL Zwaan's thingamajig.
Right.
Yeah, so Xauri'EL Zwaan is a lunar punk Satanist, Satanist, cyber queen, and
cyberqueer.
I'm gonna let you do this.
I'll do this one. Yeah. Xauri'EL Zwaan is a lunar punk, Satanist, cyberqueer, and a mendicant artist in search of meaning, fame, and fortune, or pie, where available. Z has published short fiction in Transforms the World, Grain, Baffling Magazine, and We're Here, the Best Queer Speculative Fiction 2022. Z holds a Bachelor of Arts and Science in Environment and Society, with a minor in philosophy from the University of Saskatchewan, and works a day job slinging licensed, regulated, unionized retail cannabis. Z lives and writes in a little hobbit hole, I'm very jealous, in Saskatoon, Canada, on Treaty 6 territory with their life partner and 2 very lazy cats.
Okay. So don't be jealous about the Hobbit hole until you confirm that it's actually a Hobbit hole, because you think that it's an actual Hobbit hole, because you can build
with
those.
real
And
hobbits.
we've looked into it. Well, you get the hobbits later. You build it and they will come.
We are the hobbits.
Yes, hairy foot people. But yeah, you're wanting a Hobbit hole. We've looked into it, and it is possible.
Yeah.
But we won't go into that.
Yeah, that would be a whole nother podcast.
That's a separate thing. So yeah, really, really interesting story, really awesome stuff. Thank you so much for submitting.
Yeah.
And we are going to now talk about
the new feature.
Missed Connections.
Yes, speculative missed connections. And yeah, this is so updated the calendar last week or the week before maybe, but anyways, because we have the Authortunities calendar, which is all the different writer-centric events and subs that we can find in a week, organized by week or by day, so you can go through what is happening next Wednesday, boom, that's how we organize.
Yeah, and get all your submissions in, and even reuse stories that
because it's marked by reprints and opening and closing submissions and author events.
Yep.
So last week or the week before, we added all the book fairs that we could find and conventions, but of interest to authors.
Yeah.
So then we thought, how cool would it be to start sharing these one a week of what is coming up? We can't obviously highlight them all because it's too many, but really the ones that really stood out to us. So once a week, at the end of this, we can talk about whatever's coming up that weekend. And so and this is throughout the magazine, so as you go through, we're trying to keep them organized by order of when they're happening. So this is happening August 7th to the 9th, and it is coming up. It's going to be online only, which is fantastic. I'm actually really excited. I really want to start participating in this convention. It is, if you go to the QR code, you will be able to see it. And it is Margins. I'm trying to think of the name of the whole thing. It's at the bottom. Margins Literary Conference. So yeah, if you go to thewordfordiversity.org, /margins, you'll be able to go there. But it is for neurodivergent people, BIPOC, but it's a really, really interesting approach to it. And so it's kind of like a convention for everybody who has been in the margins, which is why it's the Margins Literary Conference.
Yep.
But I went to their website and just absolutely fell in love with them. Next year, I want to be a part of that. It's happening this weekend, so it's a little soon to get on there. And so we're writing these because we started with the Lonely Books Club column, which was a more interesting way to say new releases. So we're rewriting that, so it's like the book seeking readers, so dark speculative blah 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 book seeks this kind of reader, just to be more playful with it. So then it was a natural jump to say speculative missed connections is what we're doing with conventions.
And also we're going kind of retro. The magazine's been around for how many years?
1966. Gordon Linsner, who's in the audience, hello Gordon, started this magazine when he was in high school.
Yep.
On, mimeograph.
I'm just like, how long was it? Okay, here's the
whole history.
Here's all of the information.
I'm also working in the history book right now.
Right.
So it's up there.
I got you. But because we are, kind of, where I would classify us as retro, where we're trying to lean into that a little bit more with all the AI on the horizon. Kind of going back to some old school stuff because it's fun. So, and if we go old school like this, then we don't ever have to use typewriters.
Yes.
They hurt our fingers.
Typewriters are too tough. We have little hobbit fingers.
It looks like it's frozen.
Uh-oh.
I think we might have... Oh, no. There we go. It's just been weird.
Yeah.
All right. So that is it for this week. We've chatted. We've had a couple of the stories, a couple of the poems. And when is this releasing?
Tomorrow. I actually have to go fix that extra period you found. Do the final proofread on the whole issue.
Yep.
Waiting on one article, one column piece, and get that cover formatted.
Yep.
And it'll be releasing on time.
Awesome sauce.
If you want to get your copy, it's at authortunitiespress.com. And it will be available in all the usual places like Amazon and all that. But you know, you can buy direct first, and that is the most money that goes to the contributors.
Yep.
So we're able to expand this, which, by the way, we've expanded. We, as of last issue, that was an accident. This issue, we have 9 poets again.
Yep.
And I like how it starts with poetry and ends with poetry. So now we're going to be taking 9 poets every issue.
Yeah, awesome sauce.
Yeah.
All right, well, we love your faces, and we will see you next week. Same time on Monday,
yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And yeah, I think we'll have coffee next time.
Yeah. I don't know why we keep not having coffee every single time. All right.
I'm still in edit land.
We'll catch you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.